people like to find something wrong with everything.
Yeah.
You know, you could be a guy doing charity work and people will be like, oh, why is he recording it? Or, people will find the smallest thing to have an issue with.
Actually, I was here during COVID.
It must have been amazing then. All the beaches to yourself, like.
Yeah, you couldn't go to the beach.
You couldn't go to the... Oh, so that you were physically locked in?
Yeah. So they had like a full lockdown here as well.
Wow. Every time I've been to China, every place I've been to, it just blew my mind.
So I lived in Shanghai nearly 10 years ago. And I would go like for a run on the Bund. And people would ask me to take photos with them.
Really?
Because like they'd never seen a foreigner before.
Yeah. I was actually making a few YouTube videos in Thailand.
Yeah.
They didn't really pop off. And my sister was like, oh, why don't you make TikTok videos? I didn't use TikTok. I didn't really know what TikTok, and I was like, nah. And then I finally did, and it just started doing quite well.
What was one of the things that you do like you love about China that kind of draws you to want to go back and visit it?
It's how unique it is. Like, it's not like any other country I've been to. Everything is, it's not built for foreign tourists, but it's super advanced.
What actually made you decide, okay, I'm going to move to Thailand?
Landing back in Bangkok, it felt so good.
Yeah.
See, China's a beautiful country, but I couldn't compare it to Thailand.
Yeah.
I couldn't live in China.
Okay, welcome back. We're here with another Vitals Expert series, and we're here with Ryan. Is that how you pronounce it? Ryan?
Ryan, whatever's easier. Some people call me Ryan, but it's officially Rian.
Rian, okay.
Yeah.
And where does that name come from?
So I was born in the UK.
Yeah.
My grandma named me, I think, from what I can remember. But my family originally East African Indian.
Yeah.
So they moved hundreds of years ago to East Africa, then to England, North London.
East Africa, India, is that Eritrea?
No. So Kenya, Uganda, Malawi, I think they were all British colonies.
Yeah.
So they had a lot of people go there to work.
And then they go back to the UK afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. And I guess you've been now in Thailand for a number of years.
Yes.
What brought you to Thailand and initially,
Okay.
and how did that all start for you?
So it's a bit of a long story.
Yeah.
So I came to Thailand for the first time in 2021. I think this was around December time. I came for a holiday. This was before TikTok, I think before Instagram Reels. And I'd just seen the Tiger Muay Thai tryouts on YouTube. And I saw the beaches and the Muay Thai, and I'm like, wow, this country looks amazing. And bear in mind, like where I'm from in London, we don't really have many Thai people.
Yeah.
No Thai restaurants. Like Thailand is sort of unknown to us there. So I booked a flight to Thailand, 10 days holiday, had an absolutely amazing time. I went to Phuket, and I was like, this country is just so beautiful compared to where I'm from, back in northwest London. And I was like, I need to go back and, train Muay Thai properly, come for a few months, not just go for a little holiday and spend a bunch of money. So I came a few more times, and I was like, I could really see myself living here. I love the people, I love the food, I love the weather, the culture. And then after a few more trips, I started making videos from my experiences in Thailand, giving out tips. This was in 2023.
And this was on Instagram, YouTube?
No, it was all on TikTok. So I started from my bedroom in the UK, just swinging on my chair. I was a bit nervous, just making videos like, oh, if you're coming to Thailand to train Muay Thai, here are some tips. And because back then, I don't think too many people were giving out the travel tips for Thailand, it started, doing really well.
This is post-COVID or
post-COVID, yeah. 2023 October or September is when I made my first video.
Yeah. And I think after COVID, like you said, these travel tips, people wanted to start traveling more because, everybody was like locked in. For like so Hong Kong, I think people were locked in for some people were locked in for 2-3 years where they couldn't travel, or you could travel, but you'd have to do a 2-week quarantine. And the UK was it a year?
UK, I can't remember.
Yeah. And in Thailand, it was about 2 years. So it was actually closed off for 2 years.
I heard, yeah.
Actually, I was here during COVID.
It must have been amazing then. All the beaches to yourself, like.
Yeah, you couldn't go to the beach.
You couldn't go to the. Also, that you were physically locked in.
Yeah. So they had like a full lockdown here as well.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I think as it opened up, you could start to do some things. And it was actually I did the. I left Thailand to go back to Hong Kong for work, and I came back on the first plane into the Phuket sandbox.
Oh, I think I did as well. Not the first plane, but we had the Phuket sandbox.
Then was really nice because, I went to all the touristy areas and there's no people.
No one there.
Yeah, so you had it all to yourself.
Yeah, oh, that must have been amazing.
Yeah. And so going back, so you started making TikTok videos in your room.
Yeah.
About travel tips to Thailand specifically?
Yeah, it was specifically Thailand because I'd been there multiple times. I'd stayed for months, like When I came to train Muay Thai, I'd stay for 3-4 months, particularly in Phuket on that fitness street. And then I'd just start giving out tips from my experience. It started to do well, and I just was making a video every single day after I saw that initial spike.
Yeah. And then so you started making TikTok videos, and this was in when you're still in the UK. But then what actually decided, like, you know, from these trips you came at, what made you decide that, okay, now I'm ready to move to Thailand?
So I was a bit reckless back then. I would just book a flight and hope for the best. And
you weren't working here when you were coming for 3 months. You were just training.
No, I was just training Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Literally on that fitness street, I'd train twice a day sometimes. So morning Muay Thai session, afternoon Muay Thai session, sleep, maybe go to the beach, on a Saturday go out. And it was basically that. And then I came back to the UK, I was like, I need to make something work. I was actually making a few YouTube videos in Thailand.
Yeah.
They didn't really pop off. And my sister was like, oh, why don't you make TikTok videos? I didn't use TikTok. I didn't really know what TikTok, I knew what it was, but I was never big on it. And I was like, nah. And then I finally did. And it just started doing quite well. And
do you think now, because for like content creators, the journey, I guess, 10 years ago was primarily just YouTube and then Instagram, or has it kind of evolved to now where TikTok is the dominant one for your content, or you still use other channels as well?
I use other channels, but I think back then, maybe 5-6 years ago, it was mainly YouTube. You know, everyone was watching YouTube. Short form wasn't as big.
It was more, and people would watch like 30-40 minute clips.
Yeah.
So say maybe someone doing a review of Phuket, for example.
Exactly.
And then you'd have to watch a whole 30 minutes. And probably
Video.
maybe you're only interested in like 5-10 minutes of it, but you got to watch the whole video.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then so the short form videos, you started making them in the UK. And then you so go back to the point of what actually made you decide, okay, I'm going to move to Thailand.
So I wanted to go back anyway.
Yeah.
And then I saw this was doing all right. I was making a video every day, and I just booked a flight to Thailand. I was like, okay, let me try and make it work. Since I'm making content about Thailand anyway, where better to make the content than actually in Thailand, instead of having a green screen behind me giving out tips. Why not do it in real life?
Were you able to generate an income from initially, or it took time to build that up?
Initially, it was only off TikTok. So they had the creator, what's it called? The creator program? No, not the creator program. Creator monetization program. There's a bunch of names for it. But back then, it was paying a lot, especially for videos over 1 minute. It was paying a lot back then. Now it barely pays.
Yeah.
But back then it was paying a lot, so I could generate an income just by making 1 minute TikTok videos. So it was paying quite well.
And just if you don't mind, can you share how does it work when you get paid from TikTok? Is it like views or impressions, or how does likes?
So with TikTok, how it works is they only pay you for videos over 1 minute long, and it depends on your RPM. Your RPM is how much you get paid per 1,000 qualified views. Yeah, per 1,000 qualified views. And it depends on a range of factors, your niche, what country people are watching from. You know, if people are watching from the UK, US, you're going to get paid a lot more. Your RPM will be a lot higher. If people are watching from like, you know, India or something, it's going to be a lot lower.
Is that because of the spending power of those certain countries?
Yes, because I think of the ad spend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess, so you initially, your content, would you say it was targeted for people in the UK that wanted to go to Thailand, or just anybody that wanted to go to Thailand?
It was mainly targeted at tourists. It still is primarily targeted at tourists, English-speaking tourists that want to visit Thailand or that want to travel. So that was my main audience: UK, US, Australia, Canada, any English-speaking country that want to visit Thailand.
And now, would you say your content's evolved now, where you're trying to expand, like not just, like I think I saw recently you went to China, for example.
Yeah.
So would you say, are you now looking to expand the types of content you do?
Yeah, like I love making travel content. So whether that's Thailand, China.
Traveling within Thailand as well, right?
Yeah,
like go to
traveling
different parts.
Within Thailand. But I really enjoyed China and just showing Asia, showing countries and different locations around. So yeah, it's definitely evolved from me just giving travel tips.
Yeah.
Like now I'm actually in these places doing different experiences and showing that on my videos.
How do you choose where you want to go for content, for example? Like recently you said you did like a 3-city tour of China.
In China.
Did you plan something? How do you get your inspiration or your kind of tips to go travel these places?
To be honest, it's from TikTok. so it's from people that sort of do what I do.
Yeah.
I was seeing China a lot on my FYP, especially from Travis. Shout out to Travis.
Yeah.
He made so many videos on China and I was like, wow, this place looks so cool.
Yeah, I think he was one of the first influence or content creators that I followed when I because he would have been about 5. I think he moved to Thailand around the same time I moved to Thailand.
Okay.
Because I kept getting like spammed by his like, just moved to Thailand. And it's kind of still getting spammed 5 years later.
Yeah.
But no, it's good content though.
Yeah. And I saw that it just, China looked amazing. And I'm like, wow. Like I never thought that about China. Like I grew up in the UK. They don't try and show the beautiful parts of China. They just say, oh, just paint it out in a negative light.
Yeah.
So I wanted to visit and see how it actually is. And also I knew that not too many tourists visit, like international tourists visit China. So it would be good, to show that to the rest of the world. There's a content opportunity there as well.
I went to China in January this year, and I did notice that there's not that many foreigners still there.
Yeah.
So and I think it's such a beautiful place, and there's so many different things to see that I think people don't know about as well. And when you're there, it is quite easy to move around. How did you find like traveling in communication and in China in general?
So communication is very hard to find people to speak English.
Yeah.
But people are always willing to help. Like literally anyone, they'll just pull out the Translate app or something, and they'll speak into it. They're very willing to help. Also, all these apps that you have, they have inbuilt translation in it.
Yeah.
So it's relatively easy. It's super advanced as well, which makes it easier.
No, I do find the Chinese people in general, they're very helpful.
Very helpful.
So like, even if they don't understand you, they will try and figure out what you want or how to help you.
Exactly.
Whereas somewhere like Japan, I think the culture, people are a bit shy. So if they don't speak English that well, they don't want to engage, or they'll kind of just, be polite, but they'll say, sorry, I don't know. Like
exactly, yeah.
Have you been to Japan?
I've never been to Japan.
Is that on the content hit list?
Yeah, but I actually want to go back to China.
First?
Yeah. China for me is just, after my first time in Chongqing, I was like, this place is insane. Then I went again and I was like, wow. Every time I've been to China, every place I've been to, it just blew my mind.
Yeah. And where in China would you play? Do you have a trip planned already?
We want to go to Yunnan, so it's the sort of mountain area of China, the Yunnan province.
Is that north?
It's like sort of southwest of China.
Southwest. It's just probably closer to Thailand.
Yeah, it's not far from Thailand. I think 2-hour flight.
Yeah. And then your first trip, you said you went to Shanghai, Chongqing.
No, first one, I just went to Chongqing.
Yeah.
And everyone...
And why Chongqing? Because you saw it?
Because I saw it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Exactly. And a lot of people that I met there and spoke to, they're like, oh, wow, your first time coming to China and you decided to go to Chongqing. Because most people go to Shanghai. Chongqing isn't really an international city. That I saw maybe about 6-7 other foreigners throughout my whole time there.
Yeah.
Even though you see it all over social media.
So I lived in Shanghai nearly 10 years ago, and I would go like for a run on the Bund. The Bund is like
it's beautiful.
Yeah. And people would ask me to take photos with them.
Really?
Because like they'd never seen a foreigner before.
Yeah.
So because the Bund it's a tourist destination for the Chinese that are tourists. So like they might come from these other cities around China, and it's the first time in Shanghai, so they go to the Bund. It's like, oh, it's like the first time seeing a foreigner.
Wow.
So it's like they'll ask me to take a photo.
Yeah.
So I'm probably in like a lot of family photos back in like the provinces in China.
They love taking photos in China. It's huge.
Yeah, and then I guess now you focus on your primary focus is on helping tourists, and I guess that want to visit Thailand, not necessarily move here. Is that correct?
I think both. Whether it's moving here, whether it's visiting here just for a holiday.
Yeah, and then how do you decide? I mean, do you focus on a niche, or do you try and be as open as possible to like showing different businesses, different kind of ideas, like promote different things about Thailand? Do you have a strategy around that, or you kind of?
So for me, I'm open. Like I like to try new experiences, like especially cool niche experiences. Go to different places. So whether that's showing like a unique business, or whether that's traveling to a place where not many foreigners go. Like for example, the Rocket Festival. I went to the Rocket Festival in Thailand, and that was probably the best experience I had.
What is the Rocket Festival?
So it's called Bun Bang Phai, and it's primarily in Isan. So we went to Roy Et for it. And they do it before the rainy season each year. The farmers, they build homemade rockets and they launch them into the sky to basically pray for like rain. They're cloud seeding rockets, but
okay, they want the rain.
They want the rain for
the fertilization.
Crops,
yeah. Oh, nice.
So that was insane. So I like doing things like that, and I also like just anything.
So showing like kind of sides of Thailand or places that people don't usually know about or like that they haven't experienced.
Exactly. That always that always excites me to show things that haven't really been shown on social media a lot.
Yeah. And I guess, does your schedule, is it quite like jam-packed where you feel like you're constantly having to go to new places to make content? Or do you have like a strict schedule of that you stick to, like, okay, for 2 weeks I'll stay in Bangkok, and then I'll like maybe 3 days I'll go here, 3 days I'll go there. What's your schedule like?
So I don't have like a fixed schedule in terms of, I'm just going to relax in Bangkok. Like, for example, this week I've been quite busy, like filming pretty much every single day. Some weeks I won't be filming as much, but say, for example, next week we're going to Chiang Mai. That was sort of a spontaneous trip. So yeah, my schedule's sort of, it's not a fixed schedule. So 1 week I might be in a different location, another week I might be in a different country. It really depends. It really depends.
And I guess, so is there anything like in the next, like say for example, this month, towards the end of the year, that you have like planned that you're excited about, like travel wise?
So it's mainly China for me. We're going early December to Yunnan, and that for me is just, it looks amazing. The snowy mountains, and that's. Can you
go snowboarding there or skiing?
I don't know about snowboarding or skiing, but I've seen like it's a lot colder than Thailand. That's one thing I miss from the UK. It's the cold weather. So we're going up there. I think temperatures are around like 12, 13 degrees.
Yeah.
So it would be good to show that side of China, like the mountains, the snow. Even though like the cities are amazing, I like to show like a different side of it as well.
Yeah. And then I get, so you have Yunnan, and then do you have other cities in China that you could probably spend, like every China's got so many cities,
It's
right?
got so many,
Yeah. Is there any other cities after Yunnan that you're planning to visit?
Not on that trip, but I do want to go to Chengdu.
Yeah,
Chengdu.
That's Chengdu's where the pandas are.
Pandas,
right?
yeah. So I've seen that. Chengdu. There's Huangshan Mountains.
Yeah,
that one's meant to be absolutely beautiful. Those two places for sure.
And what was one of the things that you do like you love about China that kind of draws you to want to go back and visit it?
You know what? It's how unique it is. Like, it's not like any other country I've been to. Everything is, it's not built for foreign tourists, but it's super advanced. It's super advanced in terms of like whether it's robot deliveries, whether it's just the apps that you use. The skyscrapers are absolutely amazing. The infrastructure is amazing. There's so much to do as well. And there's no crime. Like, not much crime. I didn't see any crime when I went there.
So you feel safe?
I feel safe in China, compared to going back home to London or somewhere in Europe. You feel safer in China. Yeah, you might be watched a lot, but still, you feel safer. And there's just so many unique things to do.
Yeah. Being a creator, and obviously because you have an opinion, how do you feel? Do you ever worry about what you say or how you when you are making content? Say like something like China. I know, people are worried about the government and that kind of stuff. Or you find you've never had any issues with.
To be honest with me, I just say what I say from my experience.
Yeah.
I never had a bad experience in China with the government or anything. I know a lot of people like to criticize this and criticize that, but they've never experienced it themselves. So I just talk from experience, and from my experience, amazing time.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
And when you do because you make content, right? Sometimes there's people that like it, there's people that don't like it, right? Yeah. How do you kind of how do you deal with, I guess, cope with the good, the bad with the good?
You just ignore it. Like, I've been doing it for so long now. I do get a lot of hate, especially on Facebook. But yeah, you just learn to ignore it.
Like, is it about the content, or like they're just like arguing, like they don't agree with like what you're saying, or what's the?
It's just some people will insult you just based on the way you look.
It's your typical like internet keyboard warriors.
Yeah, exactly. Or whether it's the content, people like to find something wrong with everything.
Yeah.
You could be a guy doing charity work, and people will be like, "Oh, why is he recording it?" Or people will find the smallest thing to have an issue with, even if you make the most perfect content possible.
Yeah, because when you put yourself out there as a creator, you are exposing yourself to everybody, right?
Yeah.
So you have to kind of accept that
it's part of the job.
Yeah, it's part of the job, right?
Yeah.
So I guess you just filter it out.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's like one of the things that I mean, obviously I also like to post things and promote things about my business, and also like we're doing with the podcast and things that we do. But like, you know, there's obviously you talk about things that can sometimes be controversial, and then people have a different point of view from you.
For sure, yeah. It's like I made a video saying China is 50 years ahead of the West.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I'm not serious. Oh, it's 50 years.
Yeah.
It is ahead.
There's no metric to
there's
that.
no metric.
Yeah, but your point is, it's advanced.
It's advanced, yeah. And then people in the comments said, oh, he's getting paid. Oh, go live in China. And just people, like, I was getting ripped in the comments. People were arguing with each other. And I'm like, it's just a video.
Yeah. And I guess you do have, like, I don't know if you've thought about this, but, you know, initially your interest in why you moved to Thailand was because of I guess your love of Thailand, the culture, and you know, wanting to make content about it, and you know, showing to, like, for tourists and for people that want to move here. It seems that now you've had that interest is kind of geared. Now you're interested in China. Could you ever see yourself moving to China, or
no. To be honest,
Thailand's still home.
Thailand's home. Thailand. Even when I was in China, I even made a video about this. Landing back in Bangkok, it felt so good.
Yeah.
See, China's a beautiful country, but I couldn't compare it to Thailand.
Yeah.
I couldn't live in China. It's first of all, it's very hard as a foreigner living in China. A lot of your Western comforts you don't get. People don't speak English as well. It's a lot more difficult. And Thailand, I love the culture. I love how people are chilled out, super friendly, and I couldn't compare. I couldn't compare them.
And one thing about Thailand, like, I know it's classified as a third world country, but for me, really, it has like it's first world everything.
Exactly.
Like the malls, like these are some of the best malls in the world. Like the cinemas here.
Yeah.
Like there's no comparison to, like, even I come from Hong Kong, and that's pretty advanced, and like, you know, it's a beautiful city. I'd say some of the facilities in the malls here are 10 times better than some of them in Hong Kong.
I wouldn't even class it as a third world country. I don't know who makes these rankings and whatnot, but like living in Bangkok especially, it's super advanced. It's super clean, super advanced. Some of the best shopping malls in the world. Transportation's amazing. Like, yeah, I don't see it as a third world country. Actually, before I came to Thailand, I didn't even see it as a third world country. I just didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And then when I came to Thailand, I sort of realized, like, wow, this place is not what people think of when they think of Thailand.
Yeah. Well, that's like, I guess you know about that BBC.
The BBC documentary.
Yeah.
By someone from Love Island. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something like things like that you perceive, like, is why people have perception of a place like Thailand when it's so far from the truth.
Exactly. And the thing is, right, they could have hired anyone to make a documentary about Thailand, like a real documentary about Thailand. They hired someone from Love Island to make a hit piece on Thailand when they could have showed so much more, and they decided to go to Khao San Road and Soi Cowboy.
Yeah.
Out of all the places in Bangkok.
I don't think I've been to either.
No, I've been to Khao San Road. I've been to Khao San Road.
No, I have been to Khao San. I went for Songkran one year.
Oh, it must have been good.
Yeah, it was packed.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But that's what I mean. It's like that's not the everyday life in Thailand.
No, not at all.
It's so far from that.
And it's not most people's experience in the country. Like, they'll focus on maybe one person's experience and then paint Thailand out to be a dangerous country when it's not.
I've never felt more, and I have 2 daughters, and I feel so safe with them in Thailand. I could go anywhere. I've never felt any threat or any, like, you know, that perception of it's, you know, the Soy Cowboys, these kind of places. The truth is, you know, it's everywhere in the world.
It's everywhere, yeah. It's even in London.
Yeah, but
in London.
And you know, if you're in a day-to-day life, you don't really. I mean, to be honest, I don't even notice it anymore because it's not part of my day-to-day life. You know, I have my family, I have work, I have friends.
It's not part of most people's experience. Like, when I was living in London, I grew up in Northwest London. It felt so much more dangerous growing up there than just living in Thailand. Like, even like, I've got a sister, I've got a mum. It's even more dangerous for them growing up there than, say, they were just walking around in Thailand. Like for my little sister, she's younger than me. For her to be walking around late at night by herself in London, she couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But in Thailand,
You were like, even if she was visiting you, you'd feel safe for her to walk around here at like 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Yeah,
exactly. I'd feel a lot safer for my family to be walking around here than somewhere like London.
Yeah. And you did mention before that you get inspiration from other creators.
For sure,
I mean, is there kind of like I don't know, like the community is like, is there a rivalry between creators about content, or do you guys collaborate together? How does the creator community collaborate and kind of work in Thailand?
In Thailand, I don't think there's a rivalry. I think it's a really positive sort of creators circle in Thailand. When I see countries like the US and the UK, the creators there all like sort of beefing each other and having rivalries. In Thailand, I don't think it's like that. You know, a lot of us will meet up, whether we film or just meet up to get some food or something.
And you share ideas, like, oh, I went here. Like,
share ideas and stuff. Yeah, it's very, I'd say it's a very, very positive community here.
Yeah, that's good to hear, because I think it's important for, again, you know, again, it goes back to like, you know, the hit, like the BBC hit piece. It's like, you know, creators, you guys are portraying or projecting an image of a, you know, say Thailand or China, these different places. You guys, if you guys are aligned, then you're going to be sharing like the most truthful experience of these places.
Exactly.
And then people are going to want to follow you. And there's like a few creators that I would follow in Thailand specifically for, you know, things like, oh, like they tend to post interesting things that I'd be interested in, whether it's like a restaurant, a clinic, or something that, you know, relevant to like the day-to-day life as well.
Exactly.
So that's why I think even for your content as a viewer, I feel that there's also beneficial stuff, not just for tourists, but also for people living here.
People
like,
living
here.
here.
I didn't know that, like, this, like, for example, I think you did like a review on in a spa one time, like an onsen. I didn't even know it was there.
Oh,
yeah. And like, I was like, oh, like that's like something I would like to go use as well.
Yeah.
So I guess like the content that you do now, it's kind of, it's developed more beyond just for tourists and more just for people wanting to visit, right?
People, and people living here.
Like expats or foreigners living in Thailand.
For sure.
Yeah. And you've been, so you live in Bangkok currently.
Yes.
Could you see yourself living anywhere else in Thailand, or do you feel like this is home for
Bangkok is home. Like Thailand, it's not like any other country. Bangkok is the main hub, the main city in Thailand. Like, yeah, you've got beautiful places all over Thailand, but for international visitors and for industry and everything, Bangkok is the centerpiece. You know? And I see myself living here. It's an amazing city. I don't see myself living anywhere else in Thailand for the foreseeable future. Maybe when I'm older, move up north, move up to central Thailand or something. But
for a bit of a quieter lifestyle.
Quieter life. But, you know, to be in the hustle and bustle, you sort of have to be in Bangkok.
Yeah.
You know? And
it's good. I always say, like, I have friends that have families and they live in kind of out of Bangkok a little bit and they commute into for like work, but I choose to I live in Chitlong. I think you live in Chitlong.
I live in Chitlong as well, yeah.
I live around Chitlong, so, and I like to be in the city because I like to feel, and I grew up in Hong Kong. I like to feel like I like the smell, and I like the beeping. I like to feel the energy of the city,
and it gives you sort of motivation. And
there's nothing quite like being in like a busy city, and like at night when the lights will light up as well.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because if I were by the beach, I'd just be chilling there on a hammock, like, you know, but when you're in the city surrounded by people working and people getting stuff done, the chaos, it sort of motivates you in a way to get stuff done.
Yeah. When you moved here, did you know anybody, or how did you kind of build your network of friends or your community here in Thailand?
I didn't really know anyone personally. Like, I moved here, I was making content, so I was still on social media, and most of the people that I've met, most of my friends are through social media, like other creators here. And I think also Bangkok it's a lot easier to make friends here in Thailand as a country in general than somewhere in the West. Yeah. People are more open to conversation. The culture is more open to conversation as well, and people interacting with each other. So,
and I guess here would you say your network, your friend group, is it predominantly foreigners or Thais or mix or what?
It's sort of a mix. It's predominantly foreigners, actually. It's predominantly foreigners. My girlfriend's Thai, so she introduces me to a lot of her friends, but it's predominantly foreigners.
Yeah, it's probably because you guys have a lot in common. Like, are they from the UK or from where?
From all over, UK, US. There's a lot from the UK.
Yeah,
a lot from the UK.
And then I guess obviously when you're creating content, like lots of brands will approach you. Do you ever turn away brands because for things you don't believe in, or that how do you kind of, I guess, filter through who you work with and who you don't work with?
Yeah, so if, for example, I got approached by a betting company, I just turn them away. If it doesn't align with what I do and the sort of style of content I want to make, then I'll turn them away. It depends. Like, if I think it's going to be a cool video that my audience can benefit from, that I want to do, then I'll make a video on it. But if it's something completely unrelated, I won't do it.
Yeah, and I guess like a testament to like what your content that you create, I'm sure brands that align with you are the ones that probably approach you more so.
Exactly. Most of the brands that do approach me, they do align with what I do, whether that's Thailand content, travel content. They align perfectly with what I do.
Yeah, and then I guess going back to, obviously you said before you train Muay Thai.
Yeah.
How do you stay active, healthy? What does like a typical day in your life look like in terms of like managing your health, wellness, and then also your work and content?
Yeah. So To be honest with you, I've put on a bunch of weight since I moved to Thailand. But like now how it works is normally I wake up, I won't eat, just have a coffee, some water, reply to my emails, get some editing done. And then I like to train on an empty stomach. So whether that's cardio training, whether that's strength training, whether that's Muay Thai training, I prefer to train on an empty stomach. And once I get my training out the way, probably train for an hour, maximum 2. Then I get back to just...
Is it always Muay Thai or just it varies?
It varies. I've started to incorporate a lot more strength training now.
Yeah.
Because I'm heavier as well, I can lift more weight.
And also you're tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people say that to me. Yeah. Like, oh, what? You're tall in real life.
I was surprised. Like, you're like, what, you must be like 185?
Yeah, I think so. 6'2".
Yeah,
6'2",
yeah.
So a lot of people say that to me. They're like, what? He's tall.
Yeah, maybe it's the camera angle.
Maybe it is, yeah. Maybe it is. But...
So you do 2 hours of training and then it's like your typical day, and then after that you kind of start your works after...
Yeah. So I start my work a bit, like I start my work in the morning first, reply to some emails, edit some content, and then I try and fit training in between. So training in the early afternoon, late morning, and then just get back to work. And the thing is, like sometimes I'll be filming in different locations, so I might not even have time to train for the day.
Yeah.
If I'm filming somewhere far and it's a long shoot, I might not have time to train.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about my schedule. It sort of varies a lot. So some days I won't be able to fit training into it, even though I know I should.
Do you film every day?
Not every day. It depends. It depends. Some days like are just editing. Some days I won't leave my condo because I'll have so much editing to do.
Yeah.
All I'll be doing is editing.
And then, in Thailand, you're sure you know there's so much good food. How do you maintain like a good? You said you put on weight, but how do you maintain like a good and healthy diet while you're here?
I don't. No, but it is difficult, especially when you go to a shopping mall in Thailand or something. You're just walking through, you see.
There's always like an ice cream, like Swenson's or something. Every time, I don't know why, like it always just pops up like there's an ice cream store.
Oh yeah, and I've never seen it before in my life. In the West, you're just surrounded by food everywhere.
Yeah,
and you can smell them cooking it. You have to stay disciplined in Thailand, like when it comes to diet. Don't go to the shopping mall when you're hungry.
No, it's even when you go to. You've been to the Cordia, the gourmet market.
Yeah.
Like you go out of say you do your shopping, you come out, and automatically it's like food stalls.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, I'll get something to eat as well. Like so, it's like constantly food's always in front of you.
Yeah, Thailand has a big food culture.
Yeah.
Like huge food culture.
And one of the things about I know a lot of people that move to Thailand, you know the saying like they get lost in the sauce, right?
Yeah.
Like obviously Thailand has a lot of vices that.
It does for sure.
How do you find obviously moving here, staying active, staying busy? How do you kind of stay away? Like, have a healthy balance where you're enjoying yourself, but not too much, and also kind of focusing on your work as well.
To be honest with you, I don't really drink.
Yeah.
Like, I'll rarely drink or go out and party. That's like I did before, back in like 3-4 years ago when I was younger. But nowadays I don't really go out and drink and party. I've also got a girlfriend.
Yeah, that helps.
That helps a lot.
Yeah.
And then
reason to stay home.
Exactly, constantly filming and editing and whatnot. It sort of keeps me away from all the vices that Thailand has.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people do get lost in the sauce because it's so easy to go out, go on party every day. It's also quite affordable compared to the West.
Yeah.
So people see it as like, oh, I can have a night out for this price. And
I think so. I grew up in Hong Kong where it's similar that you can go out every night. But like I think in like somewhere like the UK, people only really go out Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, people don't really go out.
Where here, every day's a Friday.
Every day's a Friday. Yeah. Exactly.
And like you can go. You can find something to do, and these places are busy, and there's always people going out. For sure.
And there's so many clubs and bars and rooftop bars and just places to go.
It's endless.
It's endless, yeah.
And it's because I guess it goes back to the food and drink. It's a little bit part of like the culture here as well, where people like to go out, eat, drink, socialize.
Social culture, yeah.
Yeah. It's a very social culture where people like to, I think that's why they have so many malls here, where people like to go out and socialize at the malls. And instead of, maybe in the West, people will stay home more and they'll invite people to their home.
Yeah.
Where people here generally would meet outside.
Meet out in public, yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess just kind of understanding a little bit more about like, where do you plan to bring your content and your I guess your content that you create like in the future? Do you have kind of any ambitions of where you want to take it or what you want to focus on, or you just want to keep doing more what you're doing and just expanding to new countries?
So for me, like I make a lot of Thailand content. I'll still keep making Thailand content, but I also want to travel to new countries, like China again, Japan, countries in the Middle East, countries in Asia. I want to expand the sort of content I create, not just to be Thailand, but to also show other countries. I also want to focus on long form videos as well on YouTube, but it's very hard to balance both at the same time. Trying to post short form content every day and also post long form content. But yeah, I definitely want to.
Because long form, you have to commit to basically a day of filming the whole day. Are you talking about like a vlog type?
Yeah, and it's also a very different style because I'm used to I've been doing this for about 2 years now. I'm used to making short form videos. So for long form videos, it's a completely different style. You don't need to be quick. You can be more relaxed. You can sort of improvise more. With short form, there's more of like a script to it, and little details matter. With long form, it's a lot more relaxed, and it's a different vibe.
Besides content, is there any other like hobbies or passions that you do have that you want to pursue as well alongside it?
So I definitely want to get back in shape because before I moved to Thailand, I was in really good shape. Train more Muay Thai, possibly.
Would you do a fight?
Yes. So I've fought in the UK at an interclub, but I want to have it's one of my dreams to have a professional fighter in Thailand. But right now I'm too heavy to fight.
Yeah, because would you be considered a heavyweight?
Yeah. I'm 95 kilos now.
Yeah.
Before I came here, I was at 75.
And that's what you'd want to fight at?
I would fight around 75 kilos, 70 kilos.
70 kilos, okay. Just like one last question. What would be the top 3 countries that you'd like to go to next for your...
That's a good one. See, China I've already been. So top 3 new countries. I'd say Japan for sure.
If you like China, I think... I love Japan. I go multiple times a year. It will blow you away as well. If it's super futuristic.
Yeah. Japan for sure. The Philippines looks really, really good.
Yeah.
I've seen the Philippines. It looks amazing. And I want to go to New Zealand as well.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Actually, I think that New Zealand lacks content creators. Because I never see anything about, people highlighting New Zealand and the experiences
It looks so beautiful.
I think it's because it's so far away as well.
Yeah.
So it's not easy for people to go to. But I think that there's definitely a lot of amazing sites. And, you could go with your girlfriend, you could get a car and you could basically drive for hours and see the most beautiful scenery.
Yeah, I've seen a few videos from New Zealand and it looks stunning. It just looks absolutely stunning. I think Paddy Doyle, he went to New Zealand. He's like a Thailand YouTube creator as well.
Yeah.
When I saw his series on New Zealand, it just looked so beautiful.
And would he do for when you do these visit new countries? Is that what you want to do long form for? Or you still would do short form? So when you go to China, is that all short form content?
Mix of both. Mainly short form because that's that's my bread and butter. With long form, I find it a lot more difficult. But yeah, definitely short form.
Yeah,
definitely short form.
Well, thanks. That was very insightful. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And we look forward to seeing you more on social media and look forward to all the new places that you can bring us along with you.
Perfect. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.